And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. Clock is at 3. Here's Nurkic, plays it up and banks it in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
George looking over the floor. On the wing, George. No good with the wing jumper.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
McCollum, left side, shoots the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's McCollum. 3-pointer. Nurkic. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now here's George. The pass to Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Zubac has got his second bucket of the night.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Lillard against Jackson. Now here's Lillard. Defense is right there, and the layup's good off the glass.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's George from deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. They get it back. McCollum kicks to Powell. Paul George with the steal. Here's Jackson. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Lillard surveying the D. Buries it from 3-point range. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
From deep, George. Offensive rebound, Zubac. On the wing, George. Back to Zubac. High arcing shot, and the layup good by George.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
Lillard from outside. Pass to Powell. Lillard with it. And there's the feed to Nurkic. Banked in off the glass. He's got 6.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about,
I know that when the main guy,
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Ennis Cantor. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good with the triple. Clippers trail by 6. Kennard, the pass to Rondo, and the wide open shot from Morris. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Here's Simon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And here's Rondo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And even 3-on-3 break. The 3 from McCollum. The rebound by Patterson.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually. Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
Rondo kicks to Kennard. Anthony against Patterson. Rondo dishes to Patterson. Lays it up off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Simons. Anthony left side. Pass to Simons. McCollum dishes to Cantor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
It's the size of Cantor that makes him a tough matchup, right? He is so good at finding space inside and forcing the defense to foul him.
Powell, he's checked in for Portland.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Upside Rondo. Kicks it to Patterson. From past the arc. Sinks the triple. Patterson's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Powell with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. No one near him. The rebound by Patterson.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The shot by Lillard wide open. Great positioning on the putback.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Right wing. Here's man, defended by Jones. Outside for George. From deep. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Clippers trail by 3 and stolen by Lillard. 43 seconds left to play here in the half. Jacks up a 3. No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter. And Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. Oturu, the pass to man. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Tips it up. Rebounded by Covington.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Nurkic. Wide open shot is on the money. Nurkic has got 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
So that'll be it for the first half.
Carmelo, first half in the books. What do you need to...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 5. Kenny, what was your... And...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Yusuf Nurkic.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4 shot. Trailblazers leading by 5. George finds Zubac. Puts up a 3. Outside, George. The 15-footer. They get it again. Outside for Jackson. Here's Zubac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
Wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
That
Kawhi's
is.
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Kanter, he checked in for Nurkic.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Here's George. Pass to Oturu. Leonard on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 6. And the pass to Simons. McCollum outside. Over Jackson. Cantor trying to free himself up. Kicks it out to McCollum. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Cantor. Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. Leonard the pass to Oturu. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Here's Simons. He dishes it to Cantor.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart, can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Kennard in for Paul George. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Cantor over to help. Oturu, the pass to Jackson. Morris kicks to Kennard. Here's Oturu. He's covered by Cantor. Trailblazers leading by 4. Powell dishes to McCollum. Pass to Covington. Cantor trying to free himself up. A nice shot by Simons.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Cullen passes to Cantor. Powell kicks to McCollum. It's Powell on the wing. No points in the game yet for him. And that one drops. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
And here is Powell. McCollum outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris passes to Oturu. Who's back up? Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now Lillard, 10 points for him. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, home in the paint. And the technical free throw is good.
You know, there's a toughness and an energy about Marcus Morris that elevates any team he plays for. This guy is an incredible teammate.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Back to Zubac. The dish to Leonard. Drops it in from 11 feet.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard, doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Passes it to Patterson. Jones against Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Back to George for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Cantor. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. Zubac no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Pass to Giants. Back to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard against George.
You have to love the tenacity, but also the awareness to make sure he came away with that ball.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team. Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Lillard way outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 20 points.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. The three from George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, and such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Lillard against Jackson. And Lillard kicks to Giant. Powell dishes to Lillard. Yep, it counts.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Lillard against George. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard inside. Defended by Covington. Three-pointer. Portland grabs the miss. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Collum comes in for Enes Kanter. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. They lead by 4. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Lillard from outside. And another three for Portland.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
C.J. McCollum comes up with a rebound. Paul George with the steal. From the arc. And the rebound by Nurkic. Now, here's Lillard. So, the Trailblazers win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there was some time.
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Hi, everyone. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Derek Jones. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Nets, we've got Jordan. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Green in at the 4. Count that one. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The pass break chance. Irving with a clean look. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Lillard against Harden. From 18 feet away. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Powell. Irving passes to Harris. Kicks it out to Harden. Baseline try. Portland grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Back to Jones. He doesn't hit that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Out to Harris. Back to Harden. To the paint. In the corner, it's Harris. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Deep 2 from Anthony. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And this game is tied up now.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now, here is Harden. Jeff Green on the wing. Nets passing it around. And here's Harris from the arc. Here's Irving. They get it back. Jordan. And Jones sends it back. Lobs it up for Anthony. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Nurkic with the steal. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Portland leading. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Lets it go from 14. And it's James Harden with the rebound. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Outside Jordan, pass to Harris. Trying to get something going. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, Jordan, to me, is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
The Nets shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
So for the Nets, Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Joe Harris. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for James Harden. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
Boy, beautiful dime there by Kyrie. We've seen him improve as a passer since he's been in the league.
Outside Covington. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And Covington sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Trailblazers trail by 3. McCollum outside. Covington in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Irving. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Griffin. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Anthony.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Now here's McCollum. This one for 3. No good on the shot. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at point guard. Outside Irving. And Covington sends it back.
You know, you talk about Covington, and he's what you call a typical 3-and-D player. Has been that way most of his career.
Just 5 to shoot. Irving passes to Aldridge. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. The Nets making a switch here. Harden's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Powell, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. McCollum kicks to Kanter. For the 3. But they recover it. The pass to Simons. Portland again missing. Nets trail by 3. Back to Irving. Griffin dishes to Irving. And it's Portland with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. The 3 from McCollum. He can't hit that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Harden the pass to Irving. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. Griffin kicks to Brown. Aldridge, the pass to Irving. And he lays it straight in.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense, and it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
Cullen passes to Cannon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Passes it to Griffin. 1:35 left to play in the first half. And he comes up with the deuce.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Pass to McCollum. Puts it up from 17, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. McCollum's got 7 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Irving looking for an opening. Kicks it out to Harden. Outside Griffin. Back to Harden. Pass to Griffin. Harden with it. Yep, that one goes.
And the mid-range game of Harden, excellent. An offensive genius, really. I mean, knows exactly where to get the looks that he wants.
Powell, the pass to McCollum. Nailed from three-point land. 10 points for him.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Here's Harden. Brown finds Aldridge. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Aldridge has got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And a wide open look for McCollum and the Trailblazers. Another 3.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points and 1 assist. He was... And...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Three-pointer. And it's Lillard missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
The kick out to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. On the wing, Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Irving's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Irving knocking down that 3, textbook form, too. Never rushes anything. Mechanics are efficient and effective.
Covered by Irving. Back to Jones. Yep, that one goes in there.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Harden against Lillard. Harden the pass to Green. Now Jordan. Harris kicks to Jordan. Covington with the steal. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn. It's a one-point game. They kick it out to Green. On the wing, Irving.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now Lillard. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Back to Lillard. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green, and it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. And Portland with a change here, too. Anthony's checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Down low, 7-foot shot. And it's Lillard missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Harden finds Brown. To the middle, here's Jordan, and he'll shoot free throws here. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send them to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Anthony on the wing. Wide open. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. The wing jumper off target. The Nets with the lead. Here's Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Brown's got his second bucket tonight.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
That's tipped. Harris outside. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Anthony is out there with Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Back to McCollum. Takes a three. Can't hit that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Harden scanning the floor. Here's Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
A floater. And the pass to Powell. Portland moving the ball around. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Nets, Aldridge comes in for Blake Griffin. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. Nets leading by 6. Passes to Aldridge. He can't get it to go. Excellent D from Kanter. A 3 from McCollum. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. Off target from three-point range.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Irving against Anthony. Fader on the way. Harden the pass to Irving. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 6. Pass to Simons. To the paint. Kicks it out to McCollum. And that one drops for him.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Harden outside. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Claxton. Shot clock at 6. Looking to get it going. Irving passes to Claxton.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Here's McCollum. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Fires the 3. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Now the pass to Harris. Here's Aldridge. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes it to Simons. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, and the shot goes down. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
But they're rebounding. They've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really helped them.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Anthony, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Pass to Claxton. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A 3 from McCollum. Rebounded by the Nets. Harden's got his 5th rebound in this one. 1:15 left to play here in the fourth. And the jam by Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Inside, it's tipped. Nurkic dishes to Kanter. Lillard surveying the D. To tie it up. They get the rebound, and Kanter able to finish.
And his teammates love it. Canner taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Irving finds Harden. Back to Irving. On the wing, Irving. From past the arc. Here's Claxton. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to Canner. Back to Lillard to take the lead. Count it!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
The pass to Harris. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
So the Nets starting 5. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Green. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center position. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Nice move. Harden, no good. George looking over the floor. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Clippers. George against Harden. Right side Green from outside the arc. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And Harden with the stuff.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Pass to Leonard. Shot on the wing. A putback. James Harden with the rebound. Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Kicks to Green. Nets passing it around. Irving against Jackson. A nice shot by Irving.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
Irving against George. Batum passes to George. 6 on the shot clock. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Harden kicks to Jordan. Back to Harden. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Because of Georgia's strong defensive instincts, he's able to consistently disrupt opponents.
Irving looking over the floor. Over Jackson. Irving can't get it to go.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Here's George. Jackson against Irving. Back to Batum. Pass to Zubac. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a
Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one.
And on any given play, the beard can take your breath away. He's just got that flair for the spectacular.
The 3 from George. Jordan with the rebound. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Irving with a clean look. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 points so far.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
Irving against George. Nice step back to get it off. He has 6.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
And here's Irving. He has 5. Now the dish to Green. Pass to Harden. The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Harden against George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get it. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season. And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 1. The second quarter coming up right after this break. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
And the Clippers making a change here.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Rondo looking over the floor. With some arc. Kennard on the wing. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. They grab their own miss. There's the pass to Oturu. Rondo wide open. The Clippers keep it alive. That's a two from Kennard. Here's Oturu. Passes it to Kennard. Tries yet again. It's hauled in by Brown. Nets leading by 5. Harden the pass to Claxton. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. The Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Rondo. In the corner, it's Patterson. And stolen by Aldridge. Top of the key, Griffin. That shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Patterson down low, guarded by Harden. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Back to Patterson to stop the drought. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And as great a player as LaMarcus Aldridge is, at times his defense can be a concern. Only getting tougher for him as he ages.
LaMarcus Aldridge, GA, will be able to score forever. Defending pick and rolls, keeping up with mobile bigs, that's a problem right now later in his career. Limiting minutes and picking up matchups might be the best way to disguise this.
Griffin passes to Harden. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
A minute 50 left in the second quarter.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Here's Brown. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Brown's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets. Outside Rondo.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rondo's got his first bucket in this one.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
The Nets working the ball around now. There's the lob. Whoa! I mean, that's a rugged play.
That one was big time. Statement. Aldridge still with enough athleticism to catch it up top. Hammer it through.
Here's Kennard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Harden scanning the floor. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
Pass to man. Off target from outside. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden. From down in the low post, it goes. Harden's got 12 in the game.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Here's Kennard. It's hauled in by Claxton. Up in time. No good on the last second attempt there. And so that's the end of the first half. Brooklyn ahead as they end the... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And that'll...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the point. Out to Harris. Harden against George. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Harris. He's got 14. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. The drive by Green kicks it out to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Clippers trail by 12. George passes to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
On its way from Irving for 2. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Back to George. And stolen by Harris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Irving. Harden outside. And the rejection by Zubac. And he gets it back. Green kicks to Harden. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Jordan the pass to Irving. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Releases from the wing and drills it.
He is able to create his shot at will. Kyrie is fun to watch.
And stolen by Harris. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Second chance shot. Harden, no good.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And then Leonard with the dunk.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
Here's Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard. Irving with it. 9 points in the game so far. Brown kicks to Harris. Pass to Irving. He feeds it to Griffin. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, it's not just the power of Griffin, it's the skill set. Reliable inside.
The shot by George, wide open. Hits the three-point bomb. George has got 12.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Irving drives in, out to Harris. 15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got his first 2 points.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Especially when you're this far down, you have to make the most of every sequence.
And it's on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Here's Rondo, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Nets leading by 10. Brown the pass to Irving. Goes up the baseline, and there it is for him.
Defensively, someone has to stay with Kyrie on the pick and roll. He's too good of a scorer.
Rondo against Irving. Rondo drives in. Good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 51%. Really solid. Harris outside. Outside Aldridge. The Nets working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Harris kicks to Irving. Misses in close.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Jackson passes to Morris. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Aldridge. Right side, Irving. The 8-footer. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
So both teams making some changes here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Rondo passes to Oturu. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. And Harris wide open. He shoots the offensive rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Kennard kicks to Morris. Plenty of space. No good off the back of the rim. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. At one point, they led by 16. And so they foul intentionally. Greg, so many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Jeff Green on the wing. Back to Harden. And on the way from Irving for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Oturu's got his 5th rebound in this one. George, no good. Brooklyn leading by 14. Harris outside. Here's Harden on the wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Harden's got 20 points.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And the Nets with possession. A big stretch here going 10-2. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
And the second free throw, good. Off the inbound, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that on the inbounds play, exactly the way they drew it up.
Out to the wing. The 3-ball. Off on that one. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Live coverage of the NBA here on. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the small forward.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Lillard outside. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Lillard misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Count the basket.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Lillard attacking. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. Hands it from downtown. Leonard's got 5.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Releases from 15. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Powell with the steal. And finished off by Nurkic.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside, George. Back to Leonard. 5 to shoot. From downtown. Portland grabs the miss.
Ooh, couldn't quite get that one. 4 for 5.
Lillard surveying the D. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. That one misses.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Here's Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Lillard outside. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Paul George with the steal. Jackson with it. Lillard picks him up. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Zubats. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
McCollum against George. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Stolen by Jackson. From deep, George. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 11. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the basket by McCollum.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
McCollum against George. Outside Jackson. High post, Zubats. Outside Leonard. Shoots over Powell. Can't hit the step back jump shot. And so it's Los Angeles in control with the 9-point lead. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with a big loss.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Simons. That one falls. Simons has got his first points of the game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Patterson. That one rolling around and rims out. Trailblazers trail by 9. Pass to Kanter. Over Morris. Kanter's shot is off.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Top of the key. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, you take all doubt out of the equation. Patterson throws it down with force.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Portland with a new 14. Jones drives in. It doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Man passes to Morris. Got it. Good job in the low post. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
McCollum outside. Here's Simons. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Simons has got his second basket.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
A nice shot by Simons. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The pass to Man. Back to Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Enes Kanter.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
First one falls for him. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's Lillard. Over Rondo. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 9 in the bucket from Damian Lillard.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
Rondo against Nurkic. Rondo, no good. Trailblazers trail by 9. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
Clippers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Rondo against Lillard. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. And now Portland on the break. Here's Powell. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And now just a 5-point Los Angeles lead. Lillard against Rondo. And here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Powell with it. Now Nurkic. Powell inside. Kennard covering. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Jackson fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
The free throw drops for Jackson. Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard outside. Here's the 3. Good on the triple. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4 shot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Trailblazers trail by 7. The shot by Lillard wide open. And the Trailblazers another 3. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. George against Powell. Pulls it up. That's good on the jump shot. George has got 6.
You have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
Pass to Cantor. Leonard brings the double team. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Jones drives in, and Jones slams it home.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Powell against George. Zubac. Back to George. Shoots over Cantor. Off the left rim and out.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it. Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Lillard outside. The 3. The Clippers grab the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
On the wing, George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Up and in on the layup. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Back to Lillard. From deep. And he's good on the 3 ball. Lillard's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Trailblazers. Outside, George. Pulls from the top of the key. That shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Now here's Lillard. 15 points in the game. Passes it to Cantor. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 1-point game. To the inside, the shake, and the layup good by Batum.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Lillard, the pass to Jones. Pass to Giles. Powell with it. And there's the pass to Lillard. A step-back shot here. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. We've got 22 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Powell with the steal. And now Jones running the floor all by...
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. The 3 from George. And no good. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Trailblazers lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Here's McCollum. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the point guard.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Inside, taken away by Anthony. Here's McCollum. That one, no good. The Clippers trail. To the paint, stolen. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Anthony. McCollum's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Trailblazers. Outside Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Launches it. And it's Rondo penetrating. Clock at 6. Over to the wing. Releases. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Simons. Nurkic up top. He kicks to McCollum. Takes the 3. Again, McCollum missing.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Morris outside. They get the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 3. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Covington up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Morris outside, down low, and Covington sends it back.
Tremendous anticipation from Robert Covington, sends it back.
Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And a wide open look for McCollum. Drops in the tray. And now it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter. And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Trailblazers.
McCollum against Kennard. Passes it to Nurkic. Shoots. And Portland again with the bucket.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
To the middle, Nurkic with the steal. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Simons. Kicks it to Nurkic. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one, good. Nurkic has got 6 in the quarter.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Get on, CJ.
McCollum up top. Kennard covering. Simons, the pass to McCollum.
Watch the screen.
Over Kennard. And Portland again with the bucket.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Portland.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Lillard.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Count it, good.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. here's Powell. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. From deep. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody backs. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived.
UK Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Rip City. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2 spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Jeff Green. Brooklyn with the ball. Here is Harden. Passes it to Harris. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by McCollum, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Tell you what, I could watch this move and this movie all night long. Irving doing a nice job getting his team quality shots.
It's Powell on the wing. And it's good for 2.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And the Nets with possession. Inside. Here's Harden. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Now, here's Lillard, and here's McCollum for 3. Irving looking for an opening. Here's Harris. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Over Jordan. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Reverses. And Irving with the lay-in. Good.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Outside, Green. Pass to Jordan. Outside, Irving. Shot clock at 6. Good on the bucket. Irving's got his second basket. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Powell for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Powell's got his second basket of the night.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Harris outside. Pass to Jordan. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 7. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Nets also changing it up. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for Harris.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Nets leading by 8. The 3 from Harden. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now, here's Kanter. And Aldridge comes over to help. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Aldridge kicks to Griffin. Harden the pass to Aldridge. And the Nets miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Simons from 11 feet away. That shot, no good. That shot missing. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian Lillard's range?
When I'm training in the summer,
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Nets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
We've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Kanter, great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Harden kicks to Aldridge. Brown outside. That one goes in. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Brown against McCollum. The offensive rebound out to Anthony. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
It's Harden with the drive. Outside for Griffin. Claxton the pass to Harden. And the pass to Griffin. 4 on the shot clock. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Passes to Anthony. Charity stripe shot, and he hits the jump shot. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Pass to Simons. Anthony left side. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Enes Kanter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knocks out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And he hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
The first one falls. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for Blake Griffin. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Green against Covington. Green, the pass to Harris. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Trailblazers trail by 11. Anthony looking it over. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the second quarter. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Rocket 6. Over in the corner, Brown. Pulls up, high post, and it's Irving missing. The Trailblazers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And the shot goes in. Anthony's got 6 points. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And stolen by Jordan. Irving up top. He's got 9. Great look, but off the mark.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Powell kicks to Nurkic. That's a 2 from Lillard. No good off the front iron.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Irving against Anthony.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And stolen by Jordan. Up the floor. No one around. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 11. And over to Shaq. That's all for now.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Green, and it's Harris in at the small forward. Powell, no one around him. Off target with his 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
High post try. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. It's a 13-point game. Lillard misses.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Griffin's check in for the Nets. Harden against Lillard. Jordan dishes to Harden. Outside Irving. Kicks to Griffin. Four on the clock. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
Lillard attacking, lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got his first 2 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Griffin passes to Harden. Outside Irving. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
It's Harden with the drive and slam dunk by Jordan.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Lillard misses.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Harris finds Griffin. Harden outside. Harris outside. And that one hits back iron. Trailblazers trail by 18. Here's Jones. Offensive rebound. The shot by Powell, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Irving for three. Good on the triple. Irving's got 10 points here in the second half.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the dunk by Powell.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
That one good for two.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Nets leading by 17. And here's Harden. 5 points in the game. Pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. Picked his pocket. And the basket by Lillard.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Outside Irving. Jordan kicks to Irving. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Irving takes advantage of any mistakes defenders make, so you've got to recognize how crafty he is.
For the Trailblazers, Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And a new group in for the Nets. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Now Irving. Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland, we've got Anthony. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. He gets that one. Irving's got 23 points.
Tell you what, I don't think there's been a single shot that Irving has wanted and didn't get so far.
Here's Simons. That shot off. Great D that time from Irving. Brooklyn leading by 15. The pass to Brown. The kick out to Irving. Misses the three. And for Portland, they're shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Simons goes up and lays it nice and easy. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Back to Irving. The feed to Aldridge. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Boy, Aldridge has a really nice knack and rhythm with the catch and shoot opportunities.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Anfernee Simons. And the Nets making a change here as well. Harris is checked in. Lillard with no one around. Buries it from three-point range.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Misses from close range. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Stolen by McCollum. All alone. And McCollum with the slam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by McCollum. Lillard's got 13 points in the second half. Shot from 12. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
Free throw good. Damian Lillard. Brooklyn leading by 11. Irving passes to Harris. The three. Rebounded by Anthony. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Gets it down to single digits.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
To the paint. Nets passing it around. Back to Irving. The dish to Harden. Fires from deep. And it's Kyrie Irving with the three. Irving's got 38 points.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Brooklyn.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Irving against McCollum. Back to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Harris. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Back to Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be... Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Quite a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Nets, Green is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2. Green kicks to Irving. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the inside. Here's Batum. George against Irving. Launches a 3. And it's James Harden with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Irving with a clean look. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Irving's got the game going here with the first basket for the Nets. George against Irving. Now, here's George. D right on him. Good work there as it goes.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
It's Harden with the drive. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And the dunk by Zubats.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. And he's good on the 3 ball. Harden's got 5.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
On the wing, Batum. Pass to Zubats. Rebound, Brooklyn.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
The 3 from Harden. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Zubats the pass to Batum, and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Basket, good. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. That one goes. Count it. 6 points for him. Clippers trail by 3. George with the ball. No good there with the step-back J.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Jordan. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Jeff Green. Now Harden. He's got 5. There's the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Harden's got 8.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
And George gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Harden outside with the shot. Harris passes to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. Morris with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Leonard inside. Harris is there. Second shot opportunity. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The 3 from Harden. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He notched 8. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
We've got Harden. He's out there with Brown. Aldridge out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the 4. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. No one covering. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
Rondo, no good. Net shooting, one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Rondo.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal. Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Pass to Rondo. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Patterson. Shakes him. And the layup is up and in.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Harden against Rondo. There's the pass to Griffin. Back to Brown. From deep, Harden sinks the triple. Harden's got 15 points.
And staying with it. He drained 2 triples in the first quarter. Now gets this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Mann.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Aldridge. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
LaMarcus pushing the action inside. Now goes to the line where he can be phenomenal.
That free throw good from Aldridge. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. Los Angeles making a switch here. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The drive by Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Nets leading by 5. Here's Harden. Kicks it to Irving. Fires for 3. Harden's shot is off. The Clippers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. Jackson in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Joe Harris is subbed in for James Harden. And then for Los Angeles, Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's George in for Luke Kennard. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the claw.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Clippers trail by 5. Jackson kicks to Leonard. A three-pointer, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Irving passes to Harris. Batum with the steal. Here's George. He's covered by Brown. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. The kick out to Irving. 6 to shoot. Uncovered. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
George with the bucket.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Bucket is good. Irving's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. George with no one around. That 3 off the mark.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here is Irving. 8 points for him. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot.
And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. We've got more in store for you right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. Harris against George. Count that bucket. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
It's Harden with the drive. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Misses off the right iron. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Irving passes to Harris. Now the feed to Jordan. Nets passing it around. Fires the 3. And James Harden good for 3. And now a 3-point Nets lead.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Leonard on the wing. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. Back to Leonard. Zubac in the post. Guarded by Jordan. No good from Zubac. Brooklyn leading by 3. Outside Irving. Harden outside. Over Jackson. Kicks it out to Harden. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
Some changes for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And Blake Griffin subbed in for Joe Harris.
And that's a nice job defensively from Harden. I mean, he's capable of these kinds of plays when the guy is engaged and active.
Rondo against Harden. Back to George. And again, unable to change momentum here.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Harden's shot is off.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Brown is checked in for Brooklyn.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
Irving for 3. Here's Claxton. Brown kicks to Irving. Here's Harden trying to get open as Irving. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Irving. Harden's got 9 points now in just the second half. Now here's George. 14 points for him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
And both free throws good for Paul George. A minute 50 left to play here in the third. Harden the pass to Irving. Rondo against Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Buries it down low. Irving's got 10.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Harden outside. The tray. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's Rondo. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
Outside Griffin. Here's Harden on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. Count it. Claxton's got his first bucket in this one.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Rondo looking around. For the lead. It's hauled in by Brown. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. From deep, Harden drains the three-pointer. Now it's a 5-point Nets lead.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Down low, here's Oturu.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
And here's Harden for 3. Misses. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Nets leading by 3. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Brown. Joe Harris is out there with Green. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And here's Harden for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Green kicks to Harden. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Coffee.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the basket by Oturu.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Harden surveying the D. They kick it out to Green. Harris passes to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Another shot. They shoot again. And Harris wide open. He shoots offline with his three.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Harris kicks to Harden. Brown right side. Here's Harden on the wing. Jordan trying to free himself up. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Harden.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Here's Mann. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harden's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
That free throw good from Harden. Irving's checked in for the Nets. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Mann, and the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. On the wing, Jackson passes it to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. The turnaround, and it's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
Here's Harden, and the shot goes in. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Outside, George hits the 3-point bomb. George has got 12 points here in the second half.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Back to Harden. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 35.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Here's George. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Here's Harden. And the rejection by Zubac. One-on-one fast break. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
The defense on George a little too tight there. But to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Kyrie never losing his composure. He is deadly in the clutch.
George with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. George against Irving. George looking over the floor to the inside and stolen by Jordan. Here's Irving. They kick it out to Green and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Clippers with the ball. The lead is 2. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
35 seconds left in the game. Moving against George. The 15-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, this isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
You know what? They're focused right now. Every possession has to yield points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. For the three. Buries the triple.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hardship. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.